Hey guys, Gus69 from at Open Mind Brazil. Today with a contest entry for Mike Bananas over at the Grow Man Record Night channel. He's doing like a 600 subscribers contest, and the team is Under the Covers. So first of all, congratulations Mike for the milestone. Mike does like Friday night show for many years already. I'm kind of new subscriber to his channel, and when I saw this someone doing a response to this contest, I decided to jump in because in the 80s I bought a lot of vinyl just by the covers because we didn't have internet access. The only information that we got was from magazine articles, and here in Brazil we didn't have many, especially specialized in heavy rock or heavy metal. So I remember in the early 80s, many albums were released here in Brazil, like Welcome to Hell and Black Metal from Venom. After that, Show No Mercy from Slayer, Melissa and Don't Break the Oath by Merciful Fate. So those albums all had that obscure or some occultism involved, not just in the lyrics but also in the artwork, and I kind of got into that stuff. And one band that I knew a little bit was a Swiss band called Celtic Frost, and I listened their first album called Morbid Tales, and I got interested in get some of that kind of music from Switzerland. And their follow-up album to Megatarian was released here in Brazil, and when I saw the album cover I had to buy it. So I did that and I kind of regret a little afterwards because I didn't think a lot about it. And the album, the artwork, I'll put here if you don't know what I'm talking about, was very provocative, profane. My parents are very religious. I was studying in Catholic schools, so that kind of could be misinterpreted, could be involved in some kind of cult or things like that, or Satanism, which wasn't true. And I remember that I had to hide the album on my collection, so my parents wouldn't find that. And eventually I ended up selling the album, which I regret, of course, because I never get back that album on my collection yet. But anyway, why I'm saying this, because the artist that made that artwork was a Swiss painter called H.R. Giger. I think Hans Rudolf Giger, and he released a compilation of his artworks in '77, and the book is called Necronomicon. And that kind of artwork was very influential for many bands, including, of course, Celtic Frost that I just mentioned. And he because of that book, he got the gig to do designs and for the movie Alien that was published in '79. So I was 10 years old when the movie came out. I loved, of course, as everybody else with my age, back in that period. And I always love all the aesthetics, very somber, dark, mysterious, and also that biomechanic feel, the entities that he created, very mixing together, not only occultism but also erotism, and I found that very attracting, especially for the sound, the music that I was listening back then, and so I became like a fan of that kind of artwork, so to speak. And when I moved to Portugal in the 90s, I ended up selling all my vinyl records and started buying CDs. And one of the first CDs that I bought was this one, Danzig, How the Gods Kill, the third studio album. And I have to show this because I bought this just by the cover, because I realized it was a Giger work from the Necronomicon, which is this one. Pretty amazing. And Danzig, I heard about the musician, the band. I knew that he was in Misfits, but I never listened to any album until I bought this. So I was very surprised by the sound, because it's very dark, and I liked a lot this album. So bought just by the cover, but already knowing that was Giger that did this airbrush painting. Very cool stuff. And more recently, when I get back to Brazil, I start buying progressive rock albums from the 70s, and I decided to get this one, Brain Salad Surgery, one of the most famous albums by Emerson, Lake and Palmer. And I didn't know, I knew the band, of course, the name of the band, but I never didn't have anything by them, and I decided to get just because of the artwork. And as you can see here, I also end up buying the vinyl. This is a Brazilian reissue. Originally, there is a version when the cover opens up in the middle to reveal this image. I wish I had that version, but the times I saw them, that kind of issue, it's in bad shape, so I never bought it, and I decided to get one that is in very good shape. I love this artwork. The music, it's okay. I like progressive rock, especially when it's more like instrumental. But there are some things in this album that I don't like so much. But overall, it's a good album. But I prefer the album cover than the actual music. It's a good band, of course. And later, I end up buying this piece, Carcass album called Heartwork, and I didn't know that this sculpture was made by Giger. I didn't know that, and I was very surprised when I get to know. And the bands, I heard about the bands, but always they use many in the covers from their previous albums, gore images or body parts and things like that, and I never got into that stuff, so I passed, never get to listen their music. But with this one I gave it a shot, and surprisingly I liked a lot. Very good album. And after that I discovered that Giger was involved. It's a Giger piece, a sculpture piece. So this is 3 albums that I got from bands that I wasn't much aware of their sound or didn't have anything by them, and I bought only because of the artwork, the great artwork by H.R. Giger. He passed away in I think 7 years ago, but he never, he kind of get famous, international fame, because of the movie Alien, but because he never left Switzerland, he ended up not making more, not working for the film industry anymore, because you know you have to move to Hollywood to get big there, and he decided not to leave Switzerland. But he still are very influential, not just for movies. There's a couple movies that inspired by his designs, like Entities, for instance. But he influenced a lot of bands. Many bands use his artwork on album covers. And as I mentioned in the beginning, Celtic Frost, the main man, Thomas Warrior, he kind of worked together with Giger, and when the band split up, he formed a new band called Triptychon, and the 2 albums that they released are also with Giger artwork. So for this contest, the lucky winner will get $100, and this is my 100 contest entry in vinyl community. And if I am the lucky winner of this contest, I will promise you, Mike, I will buy 2 Megatherium on vinyl, and all the 2 albums that I just mentioned by Triptychon on CD. It's okay if it's CD, and I will make a video to show you. So that's my entry. I hope you liked it. Let me know if you know more albums. I know that plenty bands used Giger artwork. I know, for instance, Atrocity, a death metal band, another death metal band, but from Portugal where I lived, called Sacred Scene. They also used some artwork from the Necronomicon book in their cover. But not just heavy metal bands, other bands used. I think I forgot to mention, but this artwork was done before the Necronomicon album, because this is from 72, I think, 73, this album. So it has some pages on the book talking about this artwork, because I think it was commissioned for the band. So that's my entry. Hope you liked it, and I see you soon with another video. Have a good one and stay metal.